2. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. And we're back here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook, live coverage of this Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division match on YouTube. We have Coventry United TV, Liam Cook here with you until the final whistle here at the Victoria Ground. Half-time score, Worcester City 0, Coventry United 0. Let's get you straight into today's starting lineups, starting with Worcester City, if we may. For Worcester today, number 1, Nathan Vaughan. Number 2, Tyler Weir. 3, Jamie Smith. 4, Mark Smith. 5, George Forsyth. 6, Nathan Hayward. 7, Matt Burley. 8, Brad Birch. Number 9, Lee Hughes. 10, Dave Reynolds. 11, Alex Tomkinson. And on the bench for Worcester City, number 12, Jamie Baldwin. 13, Matt Gwynn. 14, Becky Halil. Number 15, Wayne Thomas. 16, Jordan Stoddart. And for Coventry United this afternoon, number 1, Rich Morris. Number 2, Ben Valance. Number 4, Niall Rowe. Number 5 is Jamal Clark. 6, Kyle Barnett. 7, Lewis Rankin. 8, Keith Musa. 9, the captain, Chris Cox. 10, Shaquille McDonald. 11, Rob Prinzel. And number 12, Dominic Elaney. Tom James did originally start at left back in a back 5, but he was taken off injured after around 15 minutes, which meant that Dominic Elaney was brought on. He came on for Tom James. He filled in at right wing back with Ben Valance at left wing back. So those are your starting lineups here at the Victoria Ground. Plenty of chances towards the end of the first half. Let's hope the second half is just as eventful as we prepare for the off, with Worcester City kicking from left to right. They will be kicking things off in a pretty torn up centre circle. The Victoria Ground has seen a lot of action this season, although there has been a sizable break between matches simply because of the state of the pitch. Worcester not the only team who have been caught out by the weather. A number of Coventry United fixtures called off this season, but we've got a game today, and what a game it's been so far. It's Worcester in possession. Lee Hughes cross to Jamie Smith deep into United territory. Up the line looking for Alex Tomkinson. Flag raised on this near side. By the way, a score update from the Amex Stadium. Is now half-time in the FA Cup 5th round. It's Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Coventry City 0. Goal from Connor Goldson, the centre-back. There will now be a free kick for Worcester City halfway into United territory. Lee Hughes lurking in the penalty area. You can also see Brad Birch and Dave Reynolds. A couple of United players standing over it. Rob Prinzel's been called over to discuss a matter regarding Dominic Elaney with the referee. The referee's not going to award any cards, just a little bit of a ticking off to Elaney. So in the second minute of the second half, we have a free kick on the left wing, halfway into United territory for Worcester City. Who can be found with this one? Lee Hughes is there, tries to bring it under control, turns and shoots! Not a million miles away. A little bit high, a little bit wide as well. So it will be Rich Morris to take the goal kick. Just had to make some pretty important saves before the break. Wasn't required that time. Rowe. Flicked on by Valance. Now Shaquille McDonald. Slides in to keep the ball away from Birch. He does that. Birch can only find George Forsyth with the secondary pass. Forsyth across to Jamie Smith. Lofted pass, hoping to find Lee Hughes. Hughes was offside, and Rowe nodding it towards the goal to make sure that neither Hughes or his strike partner Dave Reynolds can do anything about it. Rowe strides away from Lee Hughes. Across to Gift Musa in midfield. Against his opposite number 8, Brad Birch. Bit of pushing and pulling from both. Referee says no foul. Gift Musa runs straight into Tyler Weir. Maybe a little bit of a push there from Birch. Worcester continue with Lee Hughes. He's overran that one, and it will be brought back to red and green's possession by Jamal Clark, but Rose lost it. It's back into the area. Reynolds can turn here, lays it off, and it's an opening goal for Worcester City. Alex Tompkinson able to thread it past Rich Morris. A mistake by Clark, allowing Worcester another bite of the cherry. Reynolds turned on a dime, was able to find Tompkinson in a perfect position. A low drive past Morris, and Worcester take the advantage just like that. It's Worcester City 1, Coventry United 0 at the Victoria Ground. So United to kick things off once again. In the centre circle, we'll see Kevin Thornton warming up on the sidelines. Of course, United with 2 substitutes left after Tom James was taken off early on with an injury. So United now behind 1-0. Worcester City taking the lead thanks to Alex Tompkinson, the number 11. Clark. Bit of a push there by Lee Hughes. Referee says no foul. Not the best of clearances. Not the best of headers though by Reynolds. As United clear their lines again. Weir stabs it on. Delaney able to fire it back where it came from. Smith tries to shove it out of play. Plays a 1-2 with Weir, but Weir can't keep it in. It will be a United throw in a very dangerous position. Can United get straight back to level terms? Throw in by Prinzel. Rankin tries to find McDonald, who was offside. Ball didn't go to him crucially, but Rankin, who got the ball back, was caught off guard. Now United have got the ball back after a poor move from Worcester, and a clear pull by Niall Rowe on Tyler Weir. Terry Anderson furious, and Weir and Rowe squaring up. And Niall Rowe's going to go in the book, and now Valance getting involved. Calmer heads prevailing in the end as the likes of Forsyth and Birch and Hayward try and intervene. Give Musa as well for Coventry United. Lewis Rankin in there too. But it is going to be a yellow card for Niall Rowe, and I dare say Tyler Weir would deserve a yellow card as well for his reaction. And Birch laughing at the referee. Well, both captains have been called over. And amazingly, no action taken. Referee giving the players the benefit of the doubt. I dare say a number of referees would not have been so lenient, as Nathan Vaughan will launch this free kick away. Well, Coventry City, of course, are the only side to keep a clean sheet in the league against Worcester. They haven't done so today. Lee Hughes jumps forward, and Morris just able to bring it under control. Lee Hughes is furious as a whistle is blown for a foul. I've got to say, I don't agree with the referee there. It was simply physical play. There was 2 players going for the same ball. Oh, an odd one there by the referee, but United will benefit from it, and they have a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area. You can see a couple of players preparing on the touchline for Coventry United, including the new boy, Josh Cook, signed from Stourbridge this week. Ball bounces over Reynolds, picked up by Rowe, volleyed forward. Rob Prinzel brings it under control. McDonald, Rankin's across. Rankin lobs it towards the penalty area. Vance was the intended target, but Vaughan is equal to it. If you're just joining us here on Coventry United TV, the score is Worcester City 1, Coventry United 0. Opening goal, a couple of minutes to go through the number 11, Alex Tompkinson for Worcester. Worcester in search of a second goal. It's Reynolds. He's set up the first. He'll score the second. Coventry United were the only team to keep a clean sheet against Worcester in the league so far this season. They haven't kept one today, and Dave Reynolds bags his 20th goal in all competitions this season. A sizable impact on the game. He's set up the first goal for Alex Tompkinson, and he's done Coventry United no favours by smashing it past Morris for a second goal for Worcester City. It's Worcester 2, Coventry United 0. Well, you have to say it's going to be difficult for United to come back from this now. 2 goals in quick succession. And now the red and greens, with their backs against the wall, will try again. As it's lofted down the right-hand side, Rankin to give chase. He could well get there. He does get there, and he'll keep it in for a throw into Worcester, right in the corner. Jamie Smith's throw. Nodded on. Reynolds. Tompkinson now with Lee Hughes. Halts his run, keeps it away from Mulaney. It's a brilliant pass to find Tyler Weir on the right flank. Lobs it forward for Burley to give chase. And Niall Rowe stabs it away from the Worcester winger. Weir will take it. Burley taking on Valance and Rowe. And he's won the corner. Only one option really. So United players blocking his path. So it will be the scorer of the first goal, Alex Tompkinson, to take the corner kick and whipping in hopeful of a third for the home side, which will surely kill the game off. Bit of pushing and pulling in the penalty area. It's a low cross and immediately the referee blows the whistle. And that's a real shame for Worcester because they've just found the net. George Forsyth, I believe, glancing it in. Cracking goal it was, but it will not count as the whistle had already blown. And there is going to be a Coventry United substitution. It's going to be Niall Rowe coming off, and Aaron Opoku will make his way onto the pitch. Still no place for the debutant Josh Cook. Corner is taken again. Lee Hughes is being dragged to earth. The referee has given a foul to Coventry. Well, 2 Worcester players going to earth. As Lee Hughes, and I'm not sure who that is. I think it may be Smith. It is, it's Jamie Smith. So Hughes and Jamie Smith dragging their opponents to the ground. And there will be a substitution now for Coventry United. And in fact, no, it's not Opoku coming on. It is the debutant. It is Josh Cook. The 21-year-old striker signed from Stourbridge this week. Former Wolverhampton Wanderers and Swindon Town frontman is on to make his Red and Green's debut. It's Kyle Barnett making way. Initially it was supposed to be Niall Rowe, but in fact the substitute board has been changed and it will be Kyle Barnett to be replaced by Josh Cook. So United, it appears, will switch to a 4-4-2. So Vance at left back, Clark and Rowe at centre back, Elaney on the right. And it looks like a diamond formation midfield with Cox playing a defensive role behind Prinzel and Gift Musa, with Rankin acting as a number 10, if you will, behind the 2 strikers, Shaquille McDonald and Josh Cook. So a formation change of a diamond midfield with a 4-man back line. Will it be enough to help Coventry United back into this game? They may not have a chance if Worcester are able to find another goal here. It's towards the far post for Lee Hughes, and it's slid towards the net by Tompkinson. This time it's not as powerful as the last effort. And United have really got away with that one. They need to find their rhythm if they're going to have any sort of hope of getting anything out of this match. Elaney up line to Gift Musa. Can't take it around Jamie Smith, who hoofs it out of play for a throw-in on the far side, around 15 yards into Worcester territory. It remains Worcester City 2, Coventry United 0 after around 12 minutes. Also, we had the attendance confirmed here at the Victoria Ground. The attendance for today's game is 354. That's 354 fans here at the Victoria Ground. Valance. He's caught in possession by Brad Birch, you'll keep it in. It's a surging run from Birch, cuts inside, and the low cross was charged down by Valance. It will award Worcester City another corner. And in all fairness, there has only been one team in this second half. I said it at half time, I was talking to a Coventry United fan. United wasted their opportunity attacking downhill. Worcester have certainly grabbed that opportunity and ran with it. They're 2-0 up, and we haven't even had 15 minutes of the second half yet. Short corner routine is dismissed. Nodded away by Niall Rowe. Now Lewis Rankin looks to get onto the loose ball. He's beaten to it and drags Dave Reynolds to the floor. There was only ever one result the referee was going to give. So Worcester free kick will follow, and it's going to be taken by City's number 6, Nathan Hayward. He's got Tomkinson on his right. I believe he's looking for that far post. He is indeed. And a leaping header by Cox clears the danger for now, but it's now with Mark Smith. Jamie Smith's clearance. It's fallen to Mark Smith. He's put it in the net, but it will not count. That's the second time that Worcester have put the ball in the back of the net for it to be chalked off. We have had 15 minutes in the second half. 1 hour of play gone at the Victoria Ground. It's Worcester City 2, Coventry United 0. Half an hour still to go. Cook pushed to the ground. It's come off Cook's shoulder. And it will be a Worcester throw-in. The next time we are on air here on CUTV tomorrow afternoon. A strange kickoff time. Kickoff at 1:30 in the afternoon at Darlaston Town FC in the Birmingham FA County Women's Cup. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers women versus Coventry United ladies. We'll be starting the coverage at around 1:20. Ball bounces over to Alex Tomkinson on the left flank. Birch. Down line to Smith. Hayward barged off the ball by Chris Cox. Now it's United racing forward. A slide by Hayward. It's picked up by Rankin. McDonald is onside. Will he have a go here? Shaquille McDonald. And it's a great catch by Nathan Vaughan at the near post. Shaq certainly got some power behind that, but the direction was certainly to the liking of Nathan Vaughan. But it is United's first meaningful opportunity of the second half. They may get another one with Give Musa. Jordan Cook bounces off Cook, the Coventry United debutant, and Worcester will get it away. Reynolds. Rather aimless ball towards the left wing, and it will be a throw-in on the halfway line on the far side of Coventry United. And United, they're going to take a risk here. They're going to bring on Kevin Thornton. Well, the quality of Thornton is undoubted, but you have to question, is Thornton ready for a game like this? He's been struggling with fitness for over a year, and he is going to replace Rob Prinsloo, so a defensive player taken off for a more attacking one. Well, when fit, there is no one better in this league than Kevin Thornton, but is he fit? Is he fit enough for a game like this? We've certainly seen glimpses of the old Super Kev last time out against Shepshed Dynamo on a farmer's field compared to a sports field last time out. Let's see what he can do today. Bosgrove continue their onslaught. Lee Hughes picked out on the right side, but in goes Niall Rowe to take it away. Rolls it up line, and it'll stay in. It'll stay in. It's gone deep into Worcester territory, right on the byline. It's kept in by Weir. Weir up line. Reynolds will give chase. Rowe tries to shut it out of play, and Niall Rowe tripped from behind by Dave Reynolds. He's not happy about it. But referee certainly got that one right. Latest score from the Amex Stadium in the FA Cup fifth round. It remains Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Coventry City 0. Goals from Lacadia and Goldson, seemingly set to send the Sky Blues out of the FA Cup after a spirited campaign, beating Stoke City and MK Dons in the previous 2 rounds. Lee Hughes sent on his way by a long pass by Jamie Smith. Out comes Rich Morris to catch it. Look at that. Pretends to bounce the ball off Lee Hughes' head. Hughes, a familiar face to those from Coventry. Former Coventry City and West Brom striker. At one time was the Sky Blues record signing. Cross to Tompkinson. Space on the left for Jamie Smith. Through ball to Smith. Options in the area. Smith's low cross. And Burley's shot charge down. Moose are able to win it back, but a poor pass. The referee was going to give a foul to Coventry United. But advantage was given. United have lost the ball. Forsyth, Hughes is offside. He knows he's offside. And it will go to Morris between the six for the Red and Greens. 354 fans here at Victoria Ground, treated to a great match so far, but it is the home side, the Blues of Worcester City, who are set to grab 3 points. Ball to the air for Shaquille McDonald. Mark Smith will get there first. Here's Jamie Smith, his namesake. And a foul given against McDonald for a barge in the back on Jamie Smith. I'm not sure whether Jamie and Mark Smith are related. When they're playing as well as each other, it's got to be said. Vaughan will take the free kick towards the left-hand side of his own penalty area. United have used all of their substitutes. They've got 25 minutes left to get something out of this game. They're 2-0 down, thanks to goals from Tompkinson and Reynolds. Oh, it's a lovely dink pass by Lewis Rankin, and Vaughan has no alternative but to come out and launch out of play, nearly smashing the window of the clubhouse. Josh Cook was making his way towards the net. He hasn't really been brought into the game so far. And a free kick against Coventry United for a foul throw. So it will be a throw-in, in fact, to Worcester City. Next first team action you'll hear on CUTV next Saturday at Worcester in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division, as Jamal Clark barges into the back of Dave Reynolds. Could have easily given a free kick away. Plays it all the way back to Morris. Closed down by Hughes. Hoofed clear by Rich Morris, the long-time Coventry United goalkeeper. Elaney claimed that he was impeded by Dave Reynolds. Both men jumping for the ball towards the left-hand side of the halfway line. It goes out of play for a Worcester throw. Taken quickly up line to Lee Hughes. Waiting for some options inside the penalty area. Tries to take it on himself. He's blocked up by Jamal Clark. That will be a throw-in to Worcester City on the left flank. Don't forget, if you are enjoying today's coverage, hit the like button below the video. Leave a comment below with your feedback. Subscribe to CUTV on YouTube for exclusive content. And of course, get us on Twitter at CovUnitedTV. Corner sent in right away at the near post. Now Kevin Thornton tries to thread it through for Lewis Rankin, but Coventry United will have themselves a free kick. And the referee wants a word with Tompkinson, I believe that is, and it's going to be a yellow card. There's an impediment on a Coventry United player as Thornton was trying to get the ball away. Thornton was caught by Tompkinson as he got the ball away towards Lewis Rankin. United want the free kick taken again. Precious seconds ticking away for the Red and Greens. This will certainly suit Worcester. They're 2-0 up. They look comfortable. They're going for a third. If the seconds fall away from the Red and Greens, Worcester are not going to cry one bit about it. Morris rolls it across to Jamal Clark. McDonald's at the far post. Vaughan leaps up into the air and brings it to earth. Quickly distributes it. Nearly caught his team out as Valance made the interception, but it's now with Tyler Weir. Flicked on by Reynolds. Birch will give chase. It's Brad Birch, the captain, up against his opposite number 8. Give Musa. It's still Birch. And the ball comes loose and Musa will clear. Nice back heel to keep it away from Birch and find Ben Valance. Now Kevin Thornton spins away from Reynolds. Referee gives a free kick. I don't believe there was any contact there. I think it was just a matter of Thornton trying to avoid the foot of Reynolds. He did stick his foot in, but I didn't see any contact. And the referee, I believe, is going to book Reynolds. He's not going to book him. It will be just a free kick. Musa picks up the loose ball in the centre. Thornton. Rankin threads it through. Eleni's onside. Tries to cross. It's blocked by Tompkinson. Eleni tries his best to win it back, but it's blocked off by Jamie Smith. Hayward to Smith, up line for Lee Hughes. And threads it through beautifully for Tompkinson. He'll get moving now. Hughes has been caught. The referee stopped play. Has he? No, he hasn't. I thought he'd stop play for a minute. Lee Hughes will stay down. The Worcester players are going to continue. And it's put through for Dave Reynolds, and now surely the referee will stop play. As Hughes is staying down, he's holding his head. If it's a head injury, there can be no doubt. And Luke Morton is furious with the decision, but the player is injured. There's only one decision that the referee can make once the attack is finished. He needs some treatment. Hughes is getting a bit of stick from the Coventry United faithful. We all know the history of Lee Hughes. But no matter what's happened in the past, he's still a player and he still deserves treatment when he's injured. And a yellow card for Jamal Clark. Was it for Shaquille McDonald? They were both in there. I think it was for Clark. Whether it was for dissent or... I'm not certain, I've got to say. Referee clearing the pitch of Worcester officials, and Luke Morton absolutely furious with the referee's decision. We are going to get underway with a drop ball. It's with Rich Morris in goal. Morris clears as United have just 20 minutes to go to get something out of this game. Thornton, chest control, brings it to his feet in the centre circle. Now Niall Rowe, a centre back. United playing with a 4-4-2 with a diamond midfield. Valance, it flicks off his boot and is blocked off from the ball by Burley. It will be a throw-in to Worcester City. Taken by Weir, up line to Lee Hughes. One in the air, bounces towards the penalty area. Jamal Clark. Now Thornton. Bit of pushing and pulling from Dave Reynolds. The referee allows play to continue. It's still Thornton. Brilliant pass to find McDonald. Offside. He looked about level. But it must have been marginal if he was offside. The assistant on the far side deciding that McDonald was past the last defender. Latest score from the Amex Stadium remains Brighton 2, Coventry 0. Sky Blues making their first change with Grimmer replacing McDonald. It is looking ever more likely that the FA Cup journey ends here for the Sky Blues. Worcester, of course, with a famous victory over Coventry a couple of years ago in the FA Cup third round. There's still 3 players from that famous squad that are in the first team squad now. One of them being the goalkeeper, Nathan Vaughan. Musa tries to find Vaz, bit of pressure from behind. Referee says no foul. Burley cuts in from the right and tries to put it through for Reynolds, but Reynolds stumbled. Looked like a perfectly weighted pass. It was a perfectly weighted pass, but Reynolds just couldn't quite steady himself And he attempted through ball by Jamie Smith for Lee Hughes, out of range for the veteran striker. Morris clears towards Josh Cook. And it's fired away from Tyler Weir. I must say, no relation between me and Josh Cook. He's got an E on the end, I haven't. Here's Ben Valance with the throw. Short to Kevin Thornton, but he's beaten to the ball by Reynolds. Volleyed away with feeling by Matt Burley. Controlled by Jamal Clark, just inside United territory. Forward again for Josh Cook, brings it down. Plays a 1-2 with Cox. Making his Coventry United debut, Cook. Now Cox. Trying to switch the play, it's blocked off. Rankin. Hayward able to spin away from Cook, and it's launched forward towards Lee Hughes. Morris with the header, but he'll fall to Dave Reynolds. He'll try and lob Morris from here, will he? He didn't get the chance as it was closed down by Musa, who halted the shots. And now United will play their way out of danger. But that was a very hairy moment for England's number one. Here's Josh Cook. Musa, now Rankin, through ball attempt maybe for Valance, no, couldn't get the ball away. It's still Lewis Rankin, now McDonald, can he get the ball back to Lewis Rankin? No, he can't. Handball claims against Tyler Weir. Referee says no, he's on the edge of the box, so it would have been a free kick, not a penalty. Here's Chris Cox. If United can get one goal, it will change the entire complexion of this match. Here's Thornton, drives it through for Cook. McDonald making the run, it's Josh Cook, and it's high, very high. It's not going to challenge Vaughan. A disappointing way for Cook to get his first shot away in a red shirt. But United are starting to kick into life at just the right time. They've got about 15 minutes. They need to act now if they're going to get anything out of this match. We've seen bigger comebacks this season. We've seen United come from 3-0 down to beat the team that called this venue home, Bromsgrove Sporting. They came back to 3-3 in the FA Vase back in December, I believe. Now they could do some heroics today. They won't get it with that. A long ball from the back all the way to Nathan Vaughan between the six for Worcester, and he will take his sweet time about this. Eventually picks the ball up and distributes it quickly to Jamie Smith on the left flank for Worcester City. Lofted ball, nobody home. That should bounce away for a throw in for Coventry United. Indeed it does, and it will be a throw to be taken by Dominic Elaney. Plays a 1-2 with Jamal Clark deep into United's backyard. Lofted past a row in the edge of his own penalty area over Lee Hughes. There's space on the left for Ben Valance. Valance has found it. Give Musa, stretches for it and brings it under control. And the pressure from Hayward, and a wayward pass straight to the feet of Forsyth. And we've got news for you. There's been another goal at the Amex Stadium. It's Brighton 3, Coventry City 0. Game over. City are out of the FA Cup. Thornton pushes on. Spins away from Tompkinson. Finds Elaney. It's Thornton again. Trying to find McDonald, blocked up, but Thornton's got it again. Cox stabs it through for Valance. It's intercepted by Burley, the number 7. Musa to Clark. Sidesteps the number 10, Reynolds. Thornton, run being made by Ben Valance. It's threaded through beautifully for Ben Valance. McDonald at the far post, Cook in there as well. Nodded away. And as far as Chris Cox. He wanted that one a bit too much. And he's clattered into a Worcester player in the process. It's sent over the goal and over the stand. And one of the home players has bared the brunt of Cox's frustrations. So just to confirm, that goal at the Amex Stadium is indeed Brighton Hove Albion 3, Coventry City 0. And I can tell you, the third goal has been scored by, it had to be him, the Leicester loanee, Leonardo Ulloa. Oddly enough, my mum's favourite player, seeing as she's a Leicester fan. So, yeah, I'm going to get a bit sick when I get back, aren't I? Lee Hughes taken off to a sea of applause from the Worcester City fans. Not so much from the Coventry United faithful, I've got to say. But Hughes has played a blinder today. And now Hughes is being called back. Well, Lee Hughes is being called back to the pitch. Well, the referee hadn't agreed to make the substitution. And as Lee Hughes departed to be replaced by Jamie Baldwin, the referee is calling Hughes back and is going to give a yellow card to Lee Hughes. So he's come all the way back just to get a yellow card. He wishes he had to come back now. That's a good job that he wasn't already booked, otherwise it would have been a player for none. Well, we can't confirm the change now after that little impediment, shall we say, by Worcester. There has been a change. Lee Hughes taken off, replaced by Jamie Baldwin. We believe it's a more defensive approach from Worcester. And in fact, now we can see Baldwin lining up front, so actually it looks like a like for like. As Tyler Weir receives some treatment from the Worcester medical staff. He's back on the field now after taking the brunt of Cox's shot. Lobbed up for Dave Reynolds. Taking on Jamal Clark. Clark able to shepherd the ball away from Reynolds. He's got to get the ball away though, and he's found Niall Rowe. United are in a whole world of trouble. They've given the ball away. It's Tompkinson, spins. Referee says no as he's taken down by Elaney. There was certainly contact, and Elaney taken out, this time by Jamie Smith. That's going to be a foul. Worcester not happy one bit. There was definite contact between Tompkinson and Elaney with the penalty appeal. It could have gone either way. I've certainly seen them given, but there was definitely contact as Elaney was taken out as he made his way away from the penalty area. Personally, I thought they were both fouls, and a yellow card given to Jamie Smith, I believe that is. United want to take the free kick quickly. They're not allowed to do that, unfortunately. There is just 10 minutes to go. So it's now time to name our CUTV player of the match. And who else could it be? Set up one, scored the other. Our CUTV player of the match today is Worcester's number 10, Dave Reynolds. Morris's free kick in towards Cook, nodded away by Mark Smith. Tompkinson challenged well by Gift Musa, and it's hooked away by Jamie Smith, who was taken out by Gift Musa. Well, it will be a throw in the Coventry United. The referee deciding not to give a free kick for the off-the-ball incident. I don't think there was a lot Musa could do about it, to be fair. He was going for the ball, it was cleared, and he just clapped straight into the defender. I mean, what else could he have done? So we have got just 9 minutes of play remaining. Our CUTV man of the match has been named. It is Dave Reynolds, the Worcester City striker, setting up Tompkinson for the opening goal in the second half and then scoring the second. And Smith continues to receive treatment. I think there may well be another change coming up as the substitutes board is indeed prepared. A bit of communication between the coach and the Worcester players, and it seems as if Smith's day is done. Oh, I hope it's nothing serious. Gift Musa going straight into Smith. Smith cleared the ball for a throw-in for Coventry United, and Musa went straight through Smith. Not a lot that Musa could do about it. I don't think you can blame Musa for it, but it looked like a nasty collision. I mean, Smith basically somersaulting, doing a whole 360 on his way to the ground. Looked like a Brock Lesnar clothesline. Well, there is going to be a change now. I mean, you'd assume that it's going to be Smith coming off. It is indeed Bekir Halil who's going to come on. The Worcester number 14. And I can see the number 3 on the board. So, yes, indeed, it is going to be Smith coming off. And Bekir Halil will come on for the final 7 minutes. It remains Brighton 3, Coventry 0 in the FA Cup at the Amex Stadium. The 2,000, more than 2,000, closer to 3,000 away fans unfortunately won't be enjoying another day out in the 6th round, the quarter-finals, but I'll take your hats off to the Sky Blues for getting that far. Talking of cup action, the Coventry United ladies in the Birmingham FA County Women's Cup. That's live on CUTV tomorrow from 20 past 1. Cooked low cross, picked up easily, and now it's Worcester on the attack. And Baldwin nearly picking up on a mistake by Clark, who canned his clearance off the heel of Niall Rowe. It's back with Morris now. Clearance made, it's over Valence, and McDonald tries to keep it in, stabs it out of play, and it will be a Worcester ball as we close in on the final whistle. Highlights of today's game will be released tomorrow morning, so make sure to keep your eye out for highlights of this match. You will not want to miss them. There's been some brilliant action here. It may not be the right result for Coventry United, but we can all appreciate a good game of football, win, lose or draw. And here comes the substitution now. It is going to be the number, it's actually going to be Burley coming off. So Matt Burley is replaced by Becky Halil. We initially thought it was going to be Jamie Smith, but it looks like Smith's okay to continue. He still looks a little bit dazed, I've got to admit. We initially saw a number 3 on the substitute board, so I can only assume that Worcester have changed their minds. It is indeed Becky Halil replacing Matt Burley, and it looks like a like-for-like change. Well, Lee Hughes is now on the touchline in his capacity as assistant manager. Throwing given to Coventry United halfway into their own territory. Just 5 minutes to go here on CUTV. Don't forget to hit the like button on the video if you do enjoy today's coverage. Leave a comment below with your feedback. Subscribe to Coventry United TV on YouTube for more exclusive content for the Red and Greens. And of course, you can get us on Twitter at Cov United TV. That's at Cov United TV. You can follow me at The Real Liam Cook. And highlights of today's match will be online on YouTube tomorrow morning. It's met in the air by Forsyth. And Kevin Thornton clearly barged into by Baldwin. Referee says no. Thornton continues, tries to put it forward for Dominic Elaney. A very wayward pass. And it's fired clear by Jamie Smith. As Reynolds was holding his foot for a few seconds. He's back on his feet now. In fact, it's kept it. It's bobbled on the line. And United will have the ball with Morris in goal. Morris tries to find Cook. Over Cook onto the head of Mark Smith. Jamie Smith volleys it away. At the other end of the pitch, 4 minutes to go. It's now with Morris between the 6-4 of the Red and Greens. Morris clears. Over the head of Cook and cleared by Mark Smith. Can Worcester go for a third goal? It's Reynolds sprinting up the United back line. Musa mops up the mess and finds Dominic Elaney. Great work from Musa. United standout player today without question. Thornton trying to find his way out of a cage of Worcester players. Across to Niall Rowe. Thornton, he's got Clark to his right, finds Rankin in the centre circle and for a more direct approach. It's not out of the question for United to get something here, but they have to act quick. Thornton tries to put it through for Chris Cox, but it's easily stopped. And Lewis Rankin following through on Dave Reynolds. It was a nasty challenge without doubt. The Worcester fans calling for him to be sent off. And Lewis Rankin has committed a foul. Now there's a bit of a shoving contest going on between the players of Coventry United and Worcester. Mark Smith seems to be the instigator for Worcester as Reynolds lies on the floor. The Worcester management calling for a red card. It certainly should be a card. Whether it's yellow or not, I'm not sure. The linesman's being called over, I believe. As the players continue to bicker amongst themselves, which isn't helping anyone. And the referee is calling over Lewis Rankin. Now I've got a feeling we are going to see a card of some colour. What colour it will be, I'm not certain, but it was a nasty challenge from Rankin. And still the Worcester players continue to try and persuade the referee to send him off. It's not as if United wouldn't do the same, but it's down to the referee and the referee only. Now the goalkeeper getting involved. And still, Worcester refused to let the referee sort out the decision. It's still, it's going to be a yellow card for one of their players. I'm not sure who it was. I think it may have been Mark Smith who was given the yellow card. There was certainly some pushing with Chris Cox, and the referee is going to yellow card Lewis Rankin. I think Ranks can certainly count himself lucky. I've seen red cards given for less than that. And the referee is going to give Rankin the benefit of the doubt. He's not going to go off for that. But he very could well have done. With about 50 seconds of normal time, I'd assume there's going to be some added minutes for that lengthy stoppage. So it's going to be Vaughan to take the goal kick. Kicked in by Belil. Across to Birch, the captain. Tomkinson in support. Here is Alex Tomkinson, scorer of the first goal for Worcester. Baldwin falls down from behind. Referee says no foul. United have got to act quick here. Lofted ball by Cox. Cook will give chase. It's Josh Cook. Caught off his shoulder. Can he turn and shoot in the penalty area? No, he can't. The ball ends up with Nathan Vaughan. There's a fence behind the goal, feeling that Cook was being impeded. There was certainly a hand on the shoulder. It wasn't enough to warrant a penalty. Probably not. Cox starts it forward, hoping to find Rankin, but it's volleyed away by Matt Birch. Thornton. It's back with Tomkinson on the left wing. Can Worcester find that elusive third goal? Not now, they can't. Alaney up line to Lewis Rankin. Tried to turn Jamie Smith, but to no avail. Plays a 1-2 with Tomkinson. Up line for Tomkinson, but Kevin Thornton will pick that one up and play his way out of danger. Takes it around Reynolds. Well, Thornton's certainly showing what he can do, and taken out by Reynolds. Didn't seem to get the ball, but Worcester will continue. Baldwin, forced over by Dominic Alaney. Referee is unimpressed, and it will be picked up by Morris. And there has been a goal at the Amex Stadium, and I can confirm Coventry City have scored thanks to Johnson Clark Harris with 13 minutes to go. It may not be over yet for the Sky Blues. Rose pass intercepted, but Cox can't get to the rebound. Talking of rebounds, that shot is blasted away by Birch off the foot of Cox. And Cox arguing with his centre-back, Niall Rowe. The United players arguing amongst themselves. This isn't helping anyone. The referee asks Tyler Weir to get the move going. And Niall Rowe clearly holding the Worcester player. And hang on, he's already on a card. Well, he's not on a card, he probably will be. Pulling Baldwin to his feet. And the referee has a decision to make. Referee having a chat with the assistants. And what will the decision be? Referee's having a word with Rowe. And the referee, I believe, due to the time, is not going to award another card. So a score update from the Butts Park Arena. Coventry Rugby Club are beating Cambridge by 40 points to 10. So at least one Coventry side is winning today. Coventry Spinks, of course, their match called off at Shepshed. Coventry City losing at Brighton. United losing at Worcester. As in goes Ben Valance to put it out of play for a throw-in right in the corner on the right flank deep into United territory. And Tyler Weir taking his time, as we have had 4 minutes of added time already. There can't be much left now. Most of it's basically been from off the ball incidents, because we have had the couple of goals as well. Birch followed away on the edge of the penalty area by Ben Valance. Handball claims, referee says no. It will be a United throw taken by Josh Cook, quickly taken to Lewis Rankin. United can put some pressure on Worcester with a goal here. It's taken away from the goalkeeper by the Worcester defender and cleared. United continue to push on, never say die, say the red and greens, but it's shepherded out of play by a combination of Jamie Smith and George Forsyth. And that surely is that. Vaughan lines up the goalkeeper. We've had 5 minutes of added time. The referee checks the watch. Still no whistle as it goes straight towards Lee Hughes in the dugout, and it will be a throw in the Coventry United. It's probably too late for a comeback now. Clark. Jamal Clark looking for an option. Niall Rowe. It's a wayward ball picked up by Hayward. And Worcester look to cap off the afternoon with a third goal. The pass to Baldwin, not the greatest. Musa, Hayward wins it back. Now our man of the match, Dave Reynolds. Out wide with Tompkinson. There's no hurry for Worcester, they've got the 3 points in the bag. And another goal would make the scoreline look a lot more impressive. Sogginson tries to get past Delaney. Clark will pick up the pieces. Thornton as play continues into a 7th minute of added time. Now Ben Valance. Thornton. Low rolled pass to Lewis Rankin. Spins on the dime, looking for an option. And he's cut off by Tompkinson and Hayward. Long ball up the left flank by Jamie Smith. We have had 7 minutes of added time. We could see a third goal as it's into the penalty area. And Dave Reynolds puts the exclamation point on a perfect second half for Worcester City. He's man of the match for a reason. He scored twice and assisted the opening goal. The first half proved tricky for both sides, but Worcester have taken the second half by storm, and they have Dave Reynolds to thank for that. It's Worcester City 3, Coventry United 0. A comprehensive win for the home side. And immediately the referee blows the whistle. Worcester City deserved winners. They've dominated the second half. Dave Reynolds with a hand in all 3 goals, scoring twice, assisting once. And the red and greens hope to capitalise on the momentum from the Shepshed win. They haven't been able to do that. A frustrating afternoon at a venue which has produced many frustrating afternoons in the past. The final score at the Victoria Ground: Worcester City 3, Coventry United 0. And that will do us here on Coventry United TV for another afternoon of football. Join us from 1 tomorrow afternoon. I know it's a strange kick-off time for live coverage of Wolves women versus Coventry United ladies in the Birmingham County FA Women's Cup. That's 1:20 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Coverage, highlights, everything in between can be found of this match tomorrow morning, I should say. The highlights of today's match on YouTube tomorrow morning. From me, Liam Cook, thank you for joining us on another edition of Coventry United TV. We'll see you tomorrow for another exciting edition of Coventry United TV.